I hope this works. I think we're probably streaming. So
Does it not work?
I think it works. Should I do the thing? I'll do the thing.
Do the thing.
Before I do the thing, I'm drinking a nice cold beverage. Oh, the sweet sound of savory success.
What beverage are you drinking?
Liquid Paradise IPA. It's a Voodoo Ranger. Anyway,
I got
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut you off. 4:03 p.m., Canoga Park, California, 2LaneLIVE headquarters, and we are live with the crazy biker bitch. That's her name. I'm not being a dick. Anyway, what's happening, boys?
Well, her name's
And this episode is brought to you by Eagle Rider. So
That's
to
right.
you, I'll let you do your thing.
Right
So
on.
you have a fat tire, did you say?
I have a fat tire.
By what?
New Belgium.
And
Whoa.
Joyce, what are you having?
I don't have my glasses on.
That's a Voodoo Ranger Juicy, Juice Force IPA.
You know, my mother's name is Joyce.
I thought you might mention that today.
Really? It's my grandmother's name.
I've got the Voodoo Ranger Extreme Experimental IPA.
Whoa, and you just
Whoa.
threw some on the
Anyway.
floor. You know what? Today was awesome. We were so busy in here. We were cranking out the work, shipping out orders, but we totally loaded on our bikes custom dynamics lighting, front and back, and a horn.
I mean,
Man,
the
I dig
horn-
it. I never thought I was a light guy, but I love these.
He's a horn guy, too.
He gets horny.
I said horn guy. Okay, but he blasted that horn today, and I thought he was just going to, the smile across your face was massive.
Well, you know, it's get out my way.
Right, get out
You
my
know.
way. But
If
hey,
you
what
were
a-
to,
what-
if
yeah.
you were to give him a representation of the horn, is it like it's like this big?
No,
No.
it's just
It's
a
a
little bit
good-sized
bigger
horn.
than the Harley horn.
Yeah. Okay.
But it sure works.
It works
It does.
great.
See,
Um,
if you can see on my camera, Lance has his bike out there. I got my headphones on, music blasting while I'm editing, and I just hear it's like a train horn. I love it. So
But the lighting, exceptional, great for safety. I mean, I can't wait to go hit the road with this stuff.
Well, check out the Instagram stories. We've got links to the lighting, so go look at the gear that's out there. We've been running actually custom dynamics for probably 10 years,
Yep.
but we just did really the turn signals, and so to partner up with them, and really now leverage and use a lot of their equipment.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to see us coming down the road for sure.
yes,
Oh,
sir.
you'll know where the highwaymen will be visible, but we got a load of highwayman seats in as well, so you got to check that out. And I don't know if anyone watched the final episode of the Sturgis run, but we had 9 episodes. It was great. Get back there, check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, tell your friends, and check our website out. We got some cool shit on the website.
Yes, sir. And without further ado, so it's paused. I was freaking out. Without further ado, who's sitting with us? Should we get a little cheers going?
Well, maybe she needs
Cheers.
to introduce herself, but this is the crazy biker bitch.
She has a name.
Joyce.
Cheers to Joyce.
Joyce.
Cheers.
And actually, Joyce, why don't you tell them how we met?
In Deadwood, at a bar.
In Deadwood at a bar. Imagine that.
Yeah.
We were all in Sturgis.
Well, I think the first night, didn't we meet at Lucky One-Eye Jack's?
I don't remember.
I think that was it. And then I think we saw you again the second night at Deadwood. Didn't we? I thought we met you at
Deadwood?
Lucky One-Eye Jack's.
You
as
gave
well.
us a book
No,
in Deadwood.
in Deadwood.
somewhere.
Yeah,
in
Deadwood
Deadwood.
you gave us
no,
the
I
book.
did. I wasn't at One-Eye Jack's.
Have you written 2 books?
I have written 2 books. Yeah.
2 books. Check them out. I mean, she crushes miles. She rides a lot of miles. I mean, that's the amazing part of this story that you're really going to get into.
And for those of us that might not have a background on the book, do you have an elevator pitch? A 1-minute little, hey, this is what these are about?
About riding and camping and the people you meet on the road. I thought I was writing about for people who ride, and comes to find out I'm writing for people who don't ride, so they know why we ride and why we love the biker life. And yeah,
How many miles do you do roughly a year? Is that a good question, or should it be every 6 months?
a summer. I do ride all year round, less in the winter because it rains a lot in Portland, but still ride in the rain. But I'd say 15,000 a year.
And you
Sometimes.
camp everywhere you go.
The first year, 2020, that book is about camping a lot. The second book is more about moteling. The person I rode with didn't want to camp. He was a wussy, so we moteled it. It was wonderful.
She just called you a wussy.
No, it was wonderful. I love the hot tubs. It was great. I felt like a princess. And then this last ride was 50-50. Camp, stay with friends, bunk a biker, motels.
Well, let's back up a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
So, how long have you been riding?
I don't remember not riding, but well, I know there was a time I didn't ride. But I've always been on the back since forever. And then 10 years ago, was tired of crashing and being on the back, so I got my own bike.
Wait a second. You've gone down as a passenger.
Twice.
I mean, that to me seems really gnarly. To be a passenger, it's not in your control.
So, what
Yeah,
happened the
that's
first
right.
time?
The first time, badger hitting ex-boyfriend, love him to death, hit a badger, and we went down. I don't remember the first few minutes. Rolled and slid and rolled 150 feet.
Wow.
And broke my patella. Let's not look at that one. And then 91 days later, we hit a goose. And
Oh, geez.
crashed again. Well, didn't really crash. I just flew off like Superman, face first into the other lane, got up and declared with a lot of words that I was done being on the back of a bike, and got a bike, took the test.
So, this
and
was Joyce's independence.
this was my Independence Day.
Got
Yeah,
it.
it was awesome.
Wow.
But I mean, it is great. I don't say don't ride on the back, because it is great to ride on the back. But
Because our wives ride on the back.
Yes.
You know, and they love it. They don't
Yeah.
want to have their own bike.
yeah, it's very romantic, and they trust you. But
So,
maybe I can talk them into getting their own bikes. Sorry.
so you fly off like a goose off the bike,
With a goose.
Like what? Yeah.
over a goose, and
Over a
around a
goose.
goose, or
I
through a
think
goose,
the
or
goose
whatever.
died. I know the badger did.
So, what next steps? Like, you went and got a bike, you got your light. What
Yeah,
happened?
first I bought a bike right away. And then the next weekend took the test. And then the following weekend, badger hitting ex-boyfriend and I rode from Portland, Oregon around Mount Rainier, camped. And so my very first time out on my own motorcycle was Friday, Saturday, Sunday camping, and yeah, long distance ride. Well, I mean, probably 1,000 miles, but
That's over 500,
yeah.
so that's good.
I think that was my first long distance ride. Was about 1,000 miles.
Yep.
I was on a can't remember if I had the FXR then, but I was
No,
on, I
you
was
were
on a
on your
sport
Yamaha.
bike. I had about a trunk the size of a small wallet. I had a camera strapped to my chest and a camera around my neck, and they carried the rest of my shit. They took me through some freezing cold weather, some rain. Didn't know what rain gear was, but it was a good time.
Yeah,
Well-
you did about 1,100 miles. We went up
Yep.
up into Reno, then we went across Carson Pass, which is where we caught the weather. We weren't supposed to have weather, but we did.
Boy, we had some weather.
We had some weather and froze. Josh's hands were literally cupped around the throttle of the
Full on.
handlebars, and he couldn't move them.
Well, we put him through the ringer.
We sure
tested
did.
him out. He wanted more, so he became part of the team.
We're ringer testers.
So while he was freezing cold standing on the side of the highway, I mean, what made you want to beat him up? Because we beat him up that day.
I'm
It
just
was
tired
funny.
of
I
being
woke up.
chased.
I woke up with like 2 black eyes, a couple broken bones. I thought it was just I don't know.
Yeah.
It happens.
So
Child
you do,
abuse.
You do your ride. Like, you sent a picture to us of the map, and I was like, so I was kind of looking at your title, and when we met you, Crazy Biker Bitch, and I look at our map, and it looks nothing like yours. So talk about like the miles that you crush and different trips, or how you get that done, and how, like, what's the time frame that you ride and get things done?
It started with 3-day weekends, 4 days, and then 9-day rides to the Grand Canyon or to Yellowstone, Sturgis often, and Utah, a 10-day ride to Utah, and then, Canada, California often. Then it turned into My mom passed away, book one, and I rode her ashes, Portland, Oregon, to Virginia Beach.
Wow.
Wow.
And then up to Pennsylvania to outrun a hurricane. Got to Virginia and got some text messages. There's a hurricane coming. Oh, okay. Ran up to Pennsylvania and then back. That was 21 states in 19 days, 7,629 miles.
So that's kind of what book one is talking about.
That's what book one is, yeah.
And what do you see in book one? Because I started looking through some of these. What's the journey that people are going to read about? Before you answer that, where can they get the books?
Oh, they can get the book on Amazon, Memoirs of a Crazy Biker Bitch, or Joyce Dietrich.
Links in the description of the video.
Yep.
Or send me a message on Instagram. I will autograph both books and mail them out to you.
Yeah, we keep looking down. They're right in front of us.
We have our 2 autographed copies right here.
Mhm.
So for 2LaneLIVE viewers, 2 books, $25. I'll mail them off, sign them, maybe even kiss them.
Oh, we'll have to put the offer in there. 2LaneLIVE people that order, so on Amazon or through you through Instagram?
Through me, through Instagram or
And what's
send me an email.
Instagram?
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Also in the
Crazy?
description.
Also in the description.
_biker_bitch.
So if you Instagram message her,
Bitch.
you'll get 2 books for $25 autographed.
Yeah.
So, female rider. Do you know other ladies that ride? Have you ridden with other ladies? Because there's a good group of them out there that do some good riding. You know, I don't know if you know any of them.
No.
What do you
I
mean, you
I have
people?
a couple, 2 or 3 or 1 girlfriend who rides, but most of them work a lot, so they don't get to ride a lot. Which is why I just did this ride by myself. The last ride by myself wasn't anybody really to do it with, and I got tired of waiting for other people, and so just did it myself. So no, I ride a lot by myself or with whoever has the day off.
Right. Well, that's good though, because you want to ride, so you're not going to wait for people. You're going to go anyway.
But I want to get back to the structure of the book. So, because I looked at the beginning, you kind of tell some stories, right? And then
That is book
then all of a
2,
sudden it
yes.
goes day 1, day 2, and it's like chronologically the miles and the
Yeah.
stories within the story.
Book 1 starts out with the trip, day 1, day 2, day 3, and what happened throughout the day, how many miles, where we camped, people we met, stuff like that. And then book 1, I got a lot of messages that said, it says Memoirs of a Crazy Biker Bitch. That really wasn't that crazy. And so then I said, oh, really? Hold my beer. Watch this. I'll write another book. So then I wrote another book, tried to make it a little more crazy. It's still really not all that crazy. That starts out with some stories trying to be more crazy. And then the story of a 17-day, 17-state, 6,851-mile ride to Florida on a first date.
On a first date.
Yeah, maybe a little crazy.
We'll take
Well, how
it.
did you get the name Crazy? I mean, where'd
I
that
made
come
it
from?
up.
You just decided you wanted to be the crazy biker bitch.
I wanted, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish years ago, I had Facebook, as we all do, and I was posting pictures of me on back of a motorcycle doing all this stuff, and my coworkers and my friends and family were like, wow, that's kind of weird. And so I decided I wanted an alias. So it was an alias from the real me, and all of a sudden I had 42,000 followers on Crazy Biker Bitch on Facebook, and then Facebook and I didn't have the same agreement about what's okay and what's not okay, so they shut it down. So now I'm starting all over.
So they just shut it down, and then you couldn't
Yeah.
reopen it after
Yeah.
it was
No
just
more.
done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
You
Mark.
cannot wear a bikini on a bike. Facebook doesn't like that.
Interesting.
There's a lot of that going on. but we'll-
Actually, I'm on Facebook, and I've worn a bikini on a bike, and they didn't shut me down.
We'll shut you down for that
Fun.
one.
I want to see this picture.
I will sneak into your house, steal your phone, delete
Right.
your Instagram, just to save the people of.
Who's on board with this,
Who's on board with us?
comment-wise?
No, comment-wise. I mean, we got all the regulars. We got APOC82. We got Abe Hatt. We got Zan Baker. We got James Latop. And, hold on. Hopefully he's still on here. Bear with me. Ralph Hammond,
Ralph.
a.k.a. LBC Custom Rods. I just noticed I was sitting here and I saw his name. He makes some pretty badass fishing rods, and I might as well switch my hat up. Gangster.
He also makes some badass chili, doesn't he?
Oh, my God.
We ate the chili.
And he's got family in Granger, Utah. I just found out.
And,
So, hey,
of course, we got Setzer. We got, I mean, all the names. Riding Too Fast. He's an OG. And our UPS guy, Alex Hernandez.
Oh,
Yo,
Alex.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Alex runs the tightest ship in the shipping industry.
And yogurt, of course. Boom.
So, my mom gets on Facebook, but she's never been taken off, but she gets put in prison for like 24 and 48 hours.
Your mom does.
Yes, she's
Must be the Joyce name.
she's 88, and if someone says something she doesn't like it, she says something back, and they'll go, "You're clipped for 24 hours." You know?
I get that a lot.
I love that, and I say, hey, when you're that old, you can say whatever the hell you want.
well, not according to Facebook.
Not according to Facebook.
She may say some pretty interesting things. So, actually, you got her set up on George Corey.
Well, that's got to go now because
It
now it's
has to
back.
go because
Yeah. He
George
doesn't
is
like
getting
it.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
why do I get all these likes? And-
Right.
So what's going to be, kind of, how's your bike? What's going on with the bike?
Wait, what bike do you have? Did we say that yet?
No. Gold Digger is her name because she's constantly wanting more money. I can't support her. She needs a sugar daddy. She's not well. The last ride that I recently got back from, 10,748 miles, 36 states, 50 days.
That's gnarly.
She did not fare well. But wasn't even out of Sturgis, and all of a sudden the hard saddlebag pin sheared and just fell almost off. I didn't lose anything. Everybody will be glad to know I didn't lose anything. Then got that fixed. Then we kind of fell over in Detroit, but don't tell anybody. And she got really scratched up, but we were fine. And then, the upper rocker box is spewing oil. I need to fix that. And then the back brake taillight is intermittent, that too. And then there's something else.
You got to have a back tail light.
Yeah, sometimes it's there sometimes.
Now, do you service it, change the oils, do all that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I change my oil. Yes. Because otherwise they put too much oil in it and it goes everywhere too. So
Yeah.
I change my own oil.
So what's the plan? Are you fixing the bike? Are you buying a different bike? Are you going to tackle the rocker box yourself?
I attempted to the other day, an hour before I went on a ride, and decided this needs to be something I do later on. I have the gasket. I want to do it myself. I'm thinking a little coconut oil or lube, it will slip right out. It's not working very well. So I'm going to try to do it myself. If
Coconut
not,
oil.
I'll take it to the dealership.
it's
But
versatile.
Yeah.
Yes.
coconut oil works for everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would just use Crisco.
I'll send you the video. I really want. I love my 1200. Well, I didn't say she's a 1200 Sportster, is what I've ridden across the country 3 times. It's my 4th bike. I really want to keep her. We've done a lot together, but I'm hoping I can fix her back up. And she's got lots of issues right now. She's Gold Digger. Yeah.
So you came into studio today and you're like, I'm wearing a dress.
I'm wearing a dress. Don't tell anybody.
She's.
And then you
No one
didn't
needs to
know if
know
you
that.
could sit down because you've never sat down in the dress.
I'm not.
Right?
I've never sat in this dress, no. She doesn't tell them that. No,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, we're just kind
I
of
walked
raw
in
here.
like, I'm wearing a dress and makeup. I don't know what to do. But I didn't ride. The plan was to ride down from Portland and stop in Sacramento with my bunker biker girlfriend and come down to California and ride for the week. But Gold Digger was having none of that.
Well-
She's like, leave me at home.
Right. What is Bunka Biker?
You
It's
don't
like
know
a
Bunka
forum
Biker?
for
Well, I don't know if the
having
people out
played.
there know
Okay.
Bunka Biker.
Okay.
I think they might.
Really?
Bunker biker.
I mean, I learned it from her. I didn't really
Right.
know. You know.
Go for it.
you guys need to bunk a biker. I mean, you need to go be bunked by a biker, or I don't know how that works. But anyways, bunk a biker. People sign up on this Bunk a Biker website, and then you're riding across the country. You send a message and stay with them. Maybe just one night, maybe 2 nights, and they show you around their town. It's bikers helping other bikers. Sometimes it's not bunking, so there's different color code pins across the map. And sometimes people are able to show you their town, or you can, they'll take you to dinner,
Or they'll let you fix your bike.
Yeah,
at
So
their
we
place,
kinda
or
did
they
that in
have
Utah.
Tools.
Yeah.
Well, those guys kind of do that.
Yeah, okay.
But that's part of that whole. It's a forum to be able to either sleep, change your oil,
If you
need
need
a
help.
part, need help, need a trailer to the.
Yeah.
So you can hit that up and see if anyone's in.
So
it's
the
kind of
de-
a cool thing.
The Desert Doctor's kind of a road bike or bunker.
Yes, my desert doctor, one of my very, very, very good friends.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah.
He's a good guy.
He is a wonderful guy, and he just travels around fixing people's bikes. Right now he's on his way to the East Coast to Atlantic City.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard he
Today.
got in a little bit of an accident on the way home from Sturgis.
He did. He rolled his pickup truck,
Wow.
and the bike got. It's almost fixed. The bike's fixed. He got a new truck, and
Wow.
so everybody would be glad to know
He's
he's
good.
doing well.
He's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's
What a legend.
That guy rolls around Escalante, just
Yeah.
hauling ass on that bike, and he's got
on a
his
Sportster.
tool bag with him,
I
and
think-
it's like
I
so
think-
funny.
The funniest thing, which I'm sure some of the people on the channel have heard the story, but we met him a year before,
Right.
and then we were at the gas station almost a year later, maybe to the date, and oh wait, hold on, I might remember you. And he pulls out his business cards, and there's the business card you gave him a year ago, just in his
I gave
pocket,
him a-
you know.
And he's like, I remember. And then he came back. So this is what he gave. It's
Yes, I have one of those on my keychain. Yes.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of his. He takes barbed wire and makes these little angels, and it's kind of cool. And so he came back, and it's like, oh, since you guys are here, come over to my house.
Oh yes.
So we went over there to film a little bit, and we took actually the boys there on the way to Sturgis this year.
Yes.
And showed them
The
all the
tires?
tires and the stator tree and all the. I mean,
You know what I don't understand?
Uh,
You can lose your keys, or you can misplace your glasses, or you can do that. But you have that Desert Doctor cross. I really don't lose my glasses or my keys, and I lost my Desert Doctor cross.
And me,
So what the heck?
the asshole that stole my bike, or assholes.
Does
period,
he have it?
He has my
Oh,
deal,
I also
along
carry
with a couple other
stones.
things.
Yes.
Yo.
You do.
And this
my
stone
emergency crack
clears this stone, so I'm told. This is like good vibes, so I've got kind of both my legs protected.
There
Uh-huh.
you go.
And then I have a St.
What else do you have in
Christopher
your
around my
pockets?
neck.
Well,
Well, as a kid,
So you-
my mom would always want to clean my pockets because I had snakes and worms and
so you carry
I'm a-
stones and crosses and St. Christopher's. I carry cash. Don't
Well, I
leave
got-
home
I got
without
there
There
it.
is 7
It's
whole
just
dollars in
another-
that wallet, ladies and gentlemen.
$5.
no.
Yo.
Since we started 2LaneLIVE, this rub is like flashing cash right and left.
Well, he keeps handing cash to me every day, so I take it. Yeah.
His son is like, my dad is walking around with cash right now, and it's like, well, he's a rub. He wants a steak dinner.
So we do have Rob De Leon, who is a friend of Joyce's, tuning in.
Rob De Leon?
He said, curious. I lost. Oh, someone was asking what you rode. He said she rides a sporty. And we got more people hopping on. Michael McLemore says, is coconut a good, viable option compared to WD-40?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it smells better. Well,
Yes.
not really.
I love WD-40.
Riding too
It does have a
fast.
good
The
smell. Yeah.
Rocker
Yeah,
box.
that is true.
Easy
Hey,
to change.
Josh?
Yes.
I have a pair of Pro Beam LED custom dynamic turn signals here.
Do you think if you threw them to me that it would knock over any camera equipment or potential
You want
cables?
them?
What about the whiskey?
Oh, that's important. Should we shoot that?
Do you want
That's a
these?
big shot, dude.
Take it over there. It's not a shot.
And it's
just a
also
sip.
the white balance of the camera. I'm not sunburnt or incredibly hammered yet. My skin's not that red. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's tell them what they need to do.
right here, we got a Pro Beam LED kit. It is insert kit for the front and rear for, I think, most, not even just FLHs. I think this would work for a Softail, but with an FLH, you got the two rears depending on what trim you got. Anyway, on Monday, which is a couple days from now, so if you're hearing this and it's not October of 2022, you're more than welcome to visit our Instagram, but you're not going to win anything. We will be putting up a reel that will have a giveaway for said kit and maybe some other things if you're lucky. All you got to do is tag 3 friends and follow Custom Dynamics, and you could win this mother lover.
So we'll start that Monday.
We will.
May have a special guest on Thursday as well.
Ooh.
This is someone that may have been arrested and spent time in jail in Tijuana.
That's all we can say.
That's all we can say. We're going to tease it.
But the story's thick.
Yep.
Thick.
Yes.
Thick.
So, all
yeah.
right. So who else do we have on?
I mean, we got Molly Starr. We got James Latoff. We got Sebastian Lopez. We got Michael McLemore. We got Greg Ranjitawa. We got all these great people just tuning in to hear the story of the crazy biker, the memoirs of the crazy biker bitch on the open road, raw and unfiltered.
Aha.
So you went down as a passenger. You just mentioned that you went down a little bit in Michigan or
The bike
Detroit.
fell over.
Yes. So everything's okay. Everything's good. What does your bike look like when you go across this country? Do we have a picture of the bike or?
I do believe we have a picture. And Lucas Weinel says a company needs to sponsor her with a pink bagger.
Ah.
Oh.
I found one, yeah.
Ooh. All right.
So you would like that.
The picture is
Pink.
showing.
You lost me at pink. Yes, yes, yes.
That thing is gangster. It's all loaded up. Got the fairing on there. I like it.
There's about 80 pounds of bags when I ride across the country. I had the big, huge backrest bag, had all my camping equipment in it. And then on top of that was a duffel bag with not a lot of clothes. And then the saddlebags, one of them had books. I was riding around the country giving away books, meeting people at gas stations.
And that's a lot of weight, the books.
Yes, a lot of weight. Oh, and then sometimes I had books on top of the duffel bag up on top. And then the right saddlebag is always my tools, because you got to carry tools. I worked on the bike a little bit on this last trip. And then the amazing people that stopped. And funny, when a girl's stopped at a gas station with tools laying out that Desert Doctor gave me, and
Nice.
tearing my bike apart. Funny how lots of guys just walk over and offer to help. It's wonderful.
Yes, that is a good thing.
Yeah, but
That wouldn't be us.
Yeah.
We're on the road now.
Oh yeah, we're the
you're
helpers.
one waving as you go by.
We're
We're
called
help-
scrubs then. We're screwed
Oh,
up.
she's got tools. She's good.
Do you? What kind of style helmet do you wear?
I wear a full face.
Good.
I do.
Yeah, that's good. We do too.
With-
when you
with a
travel that
pigtail.
much with a pigtail.
Yes, my helmet is very. I have been in a town where I didn't know I knew anybody, and stopped and had dinner, and a friend was messaging me. We were just Facebook friends, didn't really know where he lived, and he was like, "I think you just rode through my town, right past my house." And I was like, "What makes you say that?" He's like, "Black bike, white helmet, 2 pigtails." I'm like, "That's me."
Tons of shit. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What was the thing you sent for our wives? There was something you were for
yes.
their hair or something.
I'm now a brand ambassador for the Christmas gift. Don't tell the girls yet, but you must get them. It's called Hightail, and I didn't ask them if I'm allowed to say this, but it's a jockstrap for your hair. It goes on the back.
There's no more ambassadorship. No, I'm kidding.
I know, I just lost that, right?
Could I
But
use
that's
that
what
for my
it
beard?
is.
The jockstrap for the beard?
Oh, I bet you could put it on the front. But I love it. So this last ride.
So what does it do?
so it clips in. So you put these little clippy things on, and then you can take this jock strap off and on and put it on different helmets, and it clips on, and then you just like this. Darn it! I have my helmet in the car. You put your helmet on with your hair just like this, and then your helmet's on. You grab your hair and tuck it up and tuck the little jock strap around, and your hair is inside your helmet. You get off your bike, take the helmet off, and your hair just is perfect.
It's not all
perfect.
tangled and stuck together. And
Yeah, it's amazing. Your hair is beautiful all the time, and it looks like you didn't just get off a bike. I love it.
And we got Jason Schaffer saying, this is Jason from the book.
This is Jason from book 1. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Jason.
What's
across.
the Jason?
Yeah, what's the story on Jason?
So Jason is, you didn't read book 1, you read book 2.
Well, we didn't have book 1 initially.
I know, because I gave you 2 book 2s. Jason is the guy I rode across the country with in the first book. He rode with me. Well, I was going to ride by myself, and Jason was a friend, and he said, it's my birthday. I have a week off of work. I'll go with you. And I'm like, oh, going to be gone more than a week. He's like, okay. And
I like that.
Yeah. He's like, I'll go. So he dropped a transmission in his bike 2 days before we left. We changed the oil on the bikes and rolled out to Virginia, had an amazing time, and then up to his parents' house in Pennsylvania and back, and yeah, lots of rain every day. It was wonderful.
Fun in the rain.
Yeah. Actually, thunderstorms.
Well, Jason, why don't you tell us your story?
Oh,
No,
there
I'm
is.
kidding, I'm kidding.
So book 1 recently got a boob job. The book, not me. And I added illustrations to the book, and Jason now has his own chapter at the back of the book. It's called Jason's 2 Cents.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he explains why he made sure every morning there was my Dunkin' Donuts cold coffee sitting right outside the tent, because he wanted me to drink it before I got out of bed, so that I was a nice person.
Oh.
But yeah, so his 2 cents
He says he's on the bike right now.
Oh.
I believe that.
Good man. And real quick, before we get back to it, Keith Ray, quick shout out. His wife Renee is hitting the big 5-0 tomorrow. So a happy birthday to her.
Happy
birthday.
She has done some 1,000-mile and 1,500-mile iron butts as a passenger, and she is a trooper, and he comes to Sturgis with him every year.
Happy
Yes.
birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Girl.
And
Oh.
while we're on kind of plugs for our followers, I want to thank Chris. He brought this, it's called Patties, and I had the great chance to go to Ireland and golf a number of years ago. I didn't play very well, but forget that. And was introduced to Patties, and you couldn't get it in the U.S. for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was talking to him about that a few weeks ago, and he showed up yesterday and brought us a bottle. So we're all having a little Patties, and what do you think? You like it?
Well,
have you tried it yet?
I have not tried
I
it.
tried it the day we pulled back into Tennessee after about to drop off the bikes in Nashville. And you got me a shot, and I was pleasantly surprised. And now it looks like you poured me about
It's great.
3.5.
It's really light.
Yeah.
But it's cold.
We would fill up our water bottles and put them in our golf bags with 6 Harp beers and tool around 18 holes and drink Patties and drink beer.
It's smooth.
It's very smooth.
I didn't go, ew. It's really smooth.
Yeah, it's
good.
pretty light, so it's
Yeah.
hard to
Cheers,
find.
cheers.
It used to be hard to find. So thank you, Chris, for that.
Speaking of whiskey,
Yes.
I mean, ever since we were in Kentucky with Letitia, she turned us on to steak dinners, and I've been showing people, and everyone's digging them.
We need some Worcestershire in the house.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, tell him.
What's
Jameson.
Jameson, a shot of Jameson, half a shot of Worcestershire, and a bite of lemon with salt and pepper on it.
Ooh.
Boom, you're going to dig it.
But you and I had this discussion.
Yes, sir.
I think we need to try like a shot of water.
With Worcestershire?
Yes.
Because it does.
Because I think that's what's bringing the steak out.
It
Yeah,
could
but
be.
the whiskey
for
is-
sure, yeah.
I'm just,
You know.
I'm telling you, we need to do a couple little, maybe we do that next week and we have a We could have vodka.
If we do steak dinners
I don't know about
with
vodka.
our
I'm just saying we
potential
try it. Yeah,
guest, I think that would be an interesting show. I might have to sleep here that night.
I mean, see,
I'm calling in
someone
sick
could
and
be here
watching.
next week.
Yes.
Wait,
you know.
who's the guest?
Oh, and guess what? Guess who we got in the house?
Who?
Thrash and Supply.
Oh,
Look
shit.
at those guys. Zach, come on.
Is that Jake Weber?
It might be Jake. It might be Lance.
No, it ain't Lance. I know for a fact because he's out with his wife.
Aha. Well, yeah, it is Jake because he hit us with the you.
Thanks, Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Actually,
This is
Yo,
for
Jake.
we should give him a toast because if you go back to our, I think it was our third live, Jake was actually filming it.
Yes, he was.
And all we had was an iPhone.
Wow.
And it got, after about 30 minutes,
Hmm.
he started getting like, this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, yeah, Jake makes some incredible drawings. He designs
Oh,
some incredible
here,
product.
let's show him something. I
And
got
he hands
something.
them off to us, and we
I
get
got
to
something
test
of
them.
Jake's right here.
No, that's not Jake's.
Little
That's
that.
Juan's.
Yeah, but Jake did the diagram. Juan doesn't. Did he?
No,
it's
that's
Cat.
Juan.
Okay, there, everyone. Buzz off, Jake.
Sorry about that, Jake.
Also, I was
But
kind of
he
hyping
does
this
great.
up. I was hyping Patty's up without having drinking it since Tennessee. I must say, this is a fine whiskey.
I just could use a cigar sitting in here.
I have a
but
couple.
Hey,
Well, next week it could be marijuana in here.
Marijuana.
oh,
Marijuana cigarettes.
Brought to you by?
Don't say it.
No.
Okay.
what's next? Where are you going next?
I didn't even know where I was going on the last ride. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll probably have about 4 or 5 weeks off this summer. So there's a little bit of my map that isn't got black lines on it. So might go to the East Coast, but I'm also thinking Mexico, Portland, Oregon to like Mexico, and then up to Canada, Alaska. I don't know. Depends.
So you say you might have some time off.
Oh, I will have
What's
time
your
off.
day job?
Oh, I'm a flight attendant.
All right.
Ah, with what airline? Or never, or unless you can't say.
Well-
If I get fired, it's your
Does it
fault.
have wings? The plane?
It has
The plane has
yeah,
wings. That's all we need to
Alaska
know.
Airlines. Yeah.
Well, that's so you stay busy with that then.
I'm here this whole week. And
Wow.
then, yeah, but I've been there quite a while. So I've got a lot of vacation time. I have 6 weeks vacation next year. So I asked for 5 weeks off in the summertime so I can
Do your
ride
thing.
somewhere else. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, she's a perfect candidate for Eagle Rider.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
She
Yeah.
can fly anywhere in the country, can't
Right.
you?
I can. I can fly anywhere in the country
And
for
if you
free.
if you go to 2LaneLIVE.com and look up
and
Eagle
get
Rider,
2 extra credits if you
Yeah.
sign up
Look
from
at
you guys.
this, see?
I
She
know.
knows.
I've already checked it out because I have a week's vacation in December, and I'm thinking about, oh, maybe I'll fly to Cabo and do rent a bike for a week and ride around Mexico, or I
Wow.
don't know, or and then I'm going to Daytona Bike Week, March, I think it is. And I can't really get Gold Digger down there in the 9 days off I have off, and sign books at the dealerships down there. So, I need a bike down there too. So,
So you
Well-
just call a dealership and say, "Hey, I'm gonna."
no, I was just going to say. So
Okay.
tell us that story. Like what part of this when we met you, you were kind of going around
Yeah.
to Harley dealerships and how.
I'm not Adam
Sandoval?
I'm not Adam Sandoval, though I did stay at his campground, so maybe I am. But no. I just stayed at his campground. It was really cool. It was awesome. I had 21 book signings across the country in the 50 days. My home dealership is in Portland. It's Volcano, and the owners of their dealership, TMC, has like 21, I think it is, dealerships all around the country. I didn't make it to their Florida ones, and I didn't make it to the Manhattan. I pussied out on that one. And then I didn't make it to Colorado because I was at their grand opening in Atlanta. But I hit all of their dealerships all across the country and signed books for a couple hours and rubbed elbows and said hi. And then 3-day book signing downtown Sturgis at Desert Doctor's Garage, and 2 days in Deadwood. My book's being sold at a bookstore there in Deadwood, Gold Nugget Trading Company. So yeah, I went from one book signing to the next, and didn't really have a plan, except I knew I had 2 days in Detroit. One day in Chicago I did a book signing, and then I knew I had to get to Detroit. So then rode to Detroit, and then from Detroit I was like, I think I want to go to Niagara Falls. So didn't have anything planned, just okay, go that way. And then I would meet people at campgrounds or motels or whatever, or gas stations, and be like, hey, I have to be here in 3 days. What do you suggest I see? And they're like, oh my gosh, you need to go here. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going that way now, or I'm going this way now. Or I'm directionally challenged, and maps are not really my thing. So it was like, okay, just somebody tell me where to go, because I have no idea.
So a rider that's single riding, going on her own around the country, and you're challenged with the road map.
Well, yeah, but
so you find different places
But
on
it's
accident.
kind of like us a little bit. Like, we know our first destination.
Right.
But we'll have someone tell us to go a different direction than we do.
and
Okay.
yeah,
And it just makes the adventure even that much better.
Oh, yeah.
because then if I make a wrong turn, it's not really a wrong turn, and
Right.
nobody can say that I got lost, because there was nobody knowing I got lost.
There's no wrong turns.
Yeah, there's no wrong turns,
I like
and
that.
there was nobody there to prove it, and yeah, so.
There is no wrong turns. And for those of you that were wondering what Galen was doing over there, I was giving him a hard time because I'm sitting here trying to balance the mics, and he's talking like
Oh,
this and
I
getting
know.
really far away.
Sorry.
And then he's coming up close. Oh, that's actually way too loud. Sorry, guys. Also, Juan Doggy is in the house.
No way.
And they
What?
want steak dinner shots. So I told
Let's
him
do
next
it.
week. I also noticed I do this a lot when I talk.
Wait,
Believe me.
has Juan ever had a
Um,
steak dinner?
Juan, I don't think so. So we might have to have him in next week when we have our other guest.
We should, yes.
And Chris, Paddle Surf Malibu, is in the house. So we are actually
Chris,
drinking.
thank you.
We're drinking the patties. It's real good. I got about 2 shots left.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Chris.
I got to get back to work.
And he likes his with Mexican Coke.
That's
So
what
it's
we
a
hear.
little bit sweeter Coca-Cola. And he does 2 shots and half a can of Mexican Coke.
And Chris, sorry we were so busy when you were in here the other day. I mean, I know you got to talk to Josh, a little bit of Galen. I was definitely all over the place, but hey,
That's showbiz,
we
baby.
saw you, man.
Let's see here. We had a couple questions for you. What is your favorite road that you've ridden so far? Which is kind of a loaded, vague question because there's so many different,
That's funny, because I put a lot of thought into this before I came down to California. And to me, it's not, I know, I hate to say guys, boys, you got all men. You guys like those windy roads. I like the windy roads, but to me, what I like more is the scenery, what I'm seeing. So one of my favorite roads is Blue Ridge. Okay, roads and tunnels and what you're seeing, Blue Ridge Parkway.
Parkway, yeah.
Yeah, and
Escalante?
Escalante.
that's a
that,
sick
Oh,
one.
yeah.
that one
Scenic
through
Byway
the tunnel
12.
by Desert Doctor's house, probably one of the most beautiful roads in the country. That and this little tiny 2-lane road, it goes to Erie from Detroit. I think it's 5 or 2 or something. This little just 2-lane road, and it's hugging Lake Erie, and it was just, I was like, this is a lake. No, it looks like an ocean, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, that sounds
we
great.
we
I
did
mean,
a little bit of that.
have you been on the Cherahalla Skyway in Tennessee? Is it Kentucky? Tennessee.
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 Josh,
Yeah.
my map. Tell me if I've been there.
I mean, that
Where's
was
your
a
map?
That
So
was
you-
that was a
have
fun
you been
road.
to Tail of the Dragon?
Yes.
So Cherahalla kind of runs into the dragon. So
In a
you'd
way.
you'd be
Pass the town, boom.
yeah, you'd be kind of in Tennessee, a little bit of North Carolina, and then back into
Ooh.
Tennessee.
I just got the chills thinking about that bridge where we stopped and took the drone shot, hung out for a minute.
Yeah.
It was just, you had water on both sides of the bridge. All you hear is the sound of bikes approaching or leaving. It was just serene. The color was incredible. The water was still. There was no wind. There's leaves on the
Beautiful.
ground. So super pumped to share that with you guys.
With what Josh just said, next Wednesday starts our Southern Comfort Tour, and we're going to have several drops of really incredible scenery. So look forward to that.
So, what's your website? What's your Instagram? Where do they find your books?
My website, crazybikerBitch.com. You can see the map there. All the roads that I've ridden. Just updated that today. CrazybikerBitch.com. And you can shoot me a message on their email, and I can send you 2 books, or Amazon. Crazy Biker Bitch on Amazon, or Joyce Dietrich.
And you also have Instagram that's crazy underscore.
Biker_.
Bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
So for those of you that tuning in late, if you order 2 of her books, she'll personally sign them. But that has to be done through Instagram or Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, shoot me an email from my crazybikerBitch.com. I'll ship you 2 books. I'm also doing Christmas really cute men packaging in 2 books signed.
Nice.
Okay.
You said you might put a kiss on it too.
I might put a kiss on it too, yeah.
Also,
That would
we
be
have
realistic.
confirmation from Jason. Yes, you did ride it, Cherry Hollow Skyway. He also
Oh,
said,
thank you, Jason.
he said, I would like to publicly say that this woman changed me for the better, loving life and living the dream.
Awesome.
Wow.
There you have it.
Here's to you, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, here's to you.
And
You're
yes.
changing his
Yeah.
life and living the
Boom.
dream.
That trip was life-changing, absolutely.
Wow,
Yeah.
whiskey's good.
Well, that's
Um,
what happens on these 2 wheels, right? I mean, the stuff we all see and the elements we're in and the stories we have to tell and the towns that we go to,
It's
People we
incredible.
meet.
the people we meet, the community that's out there.
I mean,
Um,
look how many people we've met in 2 years
Because of bikes.
because of bikes.
I mean, we met you.
True.
In Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Wow.
I really thought we also met you at One Eye Jack's, but
I don't think we did.
I was behaving the night before.
you were.
I was at my campground by myself.
Gotcha.
Well, no, actually with my friends from Pennsylvania who are getting ready to ride back to Pennsylvania on their bikes they stored up in SeaTac. So I'm going to ride with them a few minutes. In the winter, they're going to ride back to Pennsylvania on 2 old bikes they bought and rode across the country.
Wow.
2 guys from Pennsylvania, yeah.
So if we circle back a little bit, so the book signings you did at the Harley-Davidsons, the owners of Volcano had all these dealerships across the
They
country.
don't know about me, but yeah.
Okay, so they might, but now what are you doing this? So I heard you stopped over and talked to Jen
Yeah.
at Mulholland Harley.
At Mulholland, and I was in LA. I was at LA Harley yesterday. I did other dealerships that were not TMC. 2 in Tucson, loved. Hooligans in Tennessee, and 1 in Pennsylvania.
Have you been to Boswell's in Tennessee?
Boswell's Harley?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one right by...
The airport. It's
It's
the
in
only
Nashville.
one of the few with a coffee shop.
Oh, you talked about that last week.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, but I've been to one in Germany that has a bar.
Mm.
And the owner gave me a free coffee cup.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
A
awesome.
free coffee cup.
I-
I mean,
it's totally on
you
it.
gotta take what you can get, right?
Exactly. But I'm going to go back to Germany and rent a bike from them.
And so, where are you going to be the rest of the week if people wanted to
Oh,
see
gosh.
you? If you're in Southern California,
I am. So Friday, tomorrow, I'm doing a book signing at, thank you, Harley in
Huntington Beach,
Huntington
Harley?
Beach, Harley, yes. Tomorrow.
You
Bike
can
night.
get your book in person.
Yes, come get your book. I'll be there wearing shorts and chaps. And yeah.
Let's hit that
Signing
photo
book.
one more time. Boom,
Okay,
shorts
you
and
throwing
chaps.
that photo up?
It is up.
Like, is this the real you?
That is the real me. That's how unfortunately. That's how I normally dress, and I get a lot of, do you always wear shorts and chaps? And in the summer, yes, because I'm going across the country. It might not be 100 degrees in Portland, Oregon, but in Texas, it's 112. In New Orleans, it was 100 and bazillion plus humid. And so, yeah, I wear shorts and chaps because my fire-breathing Sportster is hot. So, yeah, I wear shorts and chaps.
I feel like
Try
if
it.
we could pull it off, we'd probably
Try
do
it.
that. Because I'm looking
I
at that,
do.
it's like if you
I-
had pants under leather
I
or
don't
anything
even wear
over 80
underwear.
degrees.
He wears
Short
assless
chaps.
chaps.
You don't wear
With-
underwear. Okay, this is a thing, and Jason's going to chime in, I know it. Do you not wear underwear when you ride? This is a really personal question, but it's not really.
I don't wear underwear with my chaps.
Okay.
That's what
sorry.
I'm saying.
But so in book one, this is a thing. I guess, and Jason was not the only one. This other man we met at a gas station, their conversation was about riding commando with jeans on, okay, but no underwear, because when you get wet all day and you're riding and you're getting wet and you're not wearing chaps, the last thing that dries, I guess, on you guys is your underwear. Your pants will dry, but your underwear doesn't. So
What do you
I haven't
mean, you
personally
people?
I
had
don't
that
know.
problem, but
I don't know.
I don't.
It's
When
a
I'm
thing.
going commando with my chaps, everything's dry.
Kyle Bibby says chaps and only chaps.
Chaps and only chaps.
If
grind
you
this
owned a
time.
pair of chaps, I would love it if you rode
Th-
them.
This is how we ride. I mean, that or rain gear over, but it's like we all have our own kind of style, and there's no right or wrong. But so you came dressed up today for us,
I did.
but did you want to do that, or like what?
Well, I just didn't feel right about lying. Not lying, but I felt untrue to myself. I wanted to wear, my plan was to ride my bike and wear my shorts and my chaps and look the way I always look. And I couldn't do that, so this is about as far away as what I normally wear that I could be. No. So I drove, so I decided to wear a pretty leather dress that I can't normally wear. I have nowhere to wear it. Nobody take me out. I'm wearing my dress.
There you go.
Well, I think that's interesting the way you put that. You didn't feel true to yourself because you didn't ride here.
was
So
hard.
that's pretty
Well, I have to drive tomorrow to bring
Yeah.
some
In a
stuff
car?
home in a
What?
car.
in a car.
I drove my truck last month and I felt like just a fucking faker. Like I don't even ride one day out of the month. So I'm
We
doing it
usually
tomorrow.
ride.
We usually ride.
one
I
week-
can't do city traffic.
did a
I can't
whole
do.
week.
I did a whole week in the Jeep. But hey,
Jeep.
why did I do that?
Because Laura was gone and you didn't care. And
Oh,
it's like,
yeah. My wife was, where was she?
I think she was on her cruise.
Oh, that's right. She was out
Because
with the
you
girls.
guys are wealthy and
Yeah,
you can
right.
send her on cruises.
Do you know an Amy Zumwalt?
That's my.
Because she said you have no idea how long she debated her outfit.
Is that her?
That's her on the book.
Yep, this is
That's
my
Amy?
Sister. This is Amy. This is my sister.
Shout out to Amy.
It was a real challenge to get her to pose for this picture, and maybe I touch on that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is Amy pouring or receiving right there?
Amy is pouring. So I feel like this is something I really need to say. The first photograph of me drinking the vodka on the cover of the first book was a photo shoot at a rally. I shouldn't say this, but before I even started riding my own motorcycle. So it wasn't like I'm chugging vodka, jumping on a bike, and riding across the country. Not that. That's not what.
we
it is.
understand that.
A
'cause
typical Tuesday?
We get
Yeah,
accused
yeah.
of that all the time.
I get a lot of crap about drinking and riding. That's not what's going on at all. It's a photo shoot. The photo is supposed to sell the book, but I guess it really there's issues.
Well, it might
people,
sell the
people
book
are
even
talking
with
about
issues.
it.
Yeah, but do you see the cleavage? So, I mean, I'm not drinking and riding, people.
She's not, but we are.
And this episode is brought to you by AA.
So,
What's her sister's name? Amy?
Amy.
Amy.
Amy?
It's not your real sister.
Amy's actually sitting outside
Whatever, I know.
with
so
Dr.
she won't
Phil,
get on an
and we
airplane.
have
With Dr. Phil.
This is an intervention.
These are
Amy, come in.
we have the desert doctor.
these are a
and
collection of
Amy.
one-day chips that I just haven't given back because I haven't made it a day in 17 years.
Amy, step in. Let's
Kidding.
get this done.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Let's see Amy over here.
you know, we've talked about this ad nauseum, especially when we were in Sturgis this year. When you're an actor and you're portraying a character, everyone loves that and they don't care, and they still may make comments or what have you. But when you're putting yourself out there, whether it's YouTube or a memoir or a book here that you've got, and you put a picture like that, both of them, by the way, right? I mean, people just this is why we started Keyboard Warrior. I mean, because it's like and sometimes it's our fault because we portray it being so fun, which we like. But at the same time,
It's what we do.
when we're writing for 12 hours and then we're condensing that content into 12 minutes. And I know we don't need to say this.
But-
We've said this the last.
But wait, we're
20
driving for
episodes.
12 hours and drinking for 10 of those. So
But
how
I'm
does
just-
that work?
right.
It's funny, you know, in 8 hours I only had 16 beers, and they think that happened in
What
8
people
minutes.
Don't
I'm
see
kidding.
Is we've got what's that training wheel thing that you can.
Oh, the adaptive
Oh,
cruise
the
control.
Oh, they drop down. you-
Yes.
Uh,
So
Yeah,
we
Lance
have
is-
self-driving
No,
motorcycles with
all
training wheels.
of our videos is green screen, and we're on just trailers. Just
Yeah, I got my bike a year and a half ago, and it's still got like 4 miles. It's just
No, we just rolled the odometer. It looks like it's got 40,000.
bingo, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, my book, in it, day 1, day 2, day 3, I'm setting up camp and building a fire. And absolutely, at the end of the day, I pop a beer. And I've ridden for 10, 11 hours. And I'm going to sit at my campground and drink a beer.
or 2 or 3.
Or 2 or 3. But, no, or 2.
I don't see where you're packing where you can get 2 or 3 beers on that thing.
I can,
Well, you go to this little camp store.
No.
Well, no. So you stop. So the last ride, because I didn't have a mule, it was just me. I didn't have a guy thing to carry my stuff, so I had to carry all my own stuff. So yeah, every night, my last gas stop, I would run into the gas store, and buy my cold coffee, because there's no getting me out of bed without my Dunkin' Donuts cold coffee. And I would buy a tall boy or 2 and head to my campground and make sure I had a can of soup to put on my fire and eat. And yeah. So book 3, can we go there?
Yeah, you can go wherever you want.
So book 3, I am.
Is there a book 3?
I hope so. I do. I hope so.
Who's banging on the mic?
Galen is messing
Oh, he
with
saw me
you.
spacing out.
I'm
just
staying
what's
back
going
here.
on here? I'm drinking
he's
patties,
bungee
baby, having
I
a
just
good
saw
time.
him just like.
It's the patties, dude. And I
I'm
was
telling
also
you,
thinking
you're
about how
totally
nice it would
lost
be.
over there.
I was reading whose comment was it? Rob
Exactly.
said it sounds like patties needs to be a must-have camping item, and I was just daydreaming, thinking about being at the Kern River with a glass full of patties after I just slammed a 6-pack after parking the bike coming from the gas station, and I was in La La Land. But you know
There
what?
you go.
Well,
Cheers,
we were
everybody.
supposed to be at Kern River this weekend.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
Yeah.
Lance's son, my grandson, it's his birthday, so that trip went away. And we're not going to be here anyway. It worked out kind of good, didn't it?
No,
I might go
you're
to Kern.
Supposed to be there.
I'll be Sunday morning. I'll be home, and then
Oh, you'll make it.
yeah, I'll make it.
Cool. So let's go back to book 3.
I am hoping there's a
We
book
were
3.
squirrels right there. For a minute.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
It was
Are we
nice.
going to be in book 3?
Squirrel.
No, we'll be in book 4.
Oh, book 4.
No, well, I don't know, because this last ride was so much different. It was about book signing, and it was about writing solo. I don't know. I think there will be a book 3, but it's going to be way different. It's going to be about the people, and I really want to I met so many different people at gas stations and campgrounds and everything that were like, are you independently wealthy? Like, how are you riding your motorcycle across the country? And I'm like, I'm a flight attendant. I live payday to payday with a little money in the bank on the side. No, I'm not. That's why I had a can of soup on my fire at the end of the day. No, I'm not wealthy. But
You have a passion for riding.
yes, and everybody's like, oh, I wish I could do a trip like that. If you wish you could do a trip like that, you could do a trip
Then
like
do
that.
it.
And that's what book 3 is going to be about. This is how you do a trip across the country. A 10-day trip, a 14-day trip, a 7-day trip, whatever you want it to be. Stop squandering your vacation time, a day here, a day here, a day there. Take all your vacation at one time. There we go, we solved your vacation problem. And save a little bit of money, just the tiniest amount of money, because you eat when you're home, you eat when you're on vacation. So camp, there's $50 a night, and gas.
You could do it.
Yeah, gas this year was way more expensive than 2020, but it's cheap. Just
Well, I had a
the
friend's
G.
dad tell me once, wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up quicker.
I like
All
that.
right. Well, on that note, Disney, sorry.
Disney?
It wasn't me.
We just met them in Sturgis as well. Good, we consider them good friends, but the ordinary one.
Yeah.
Henri.
No, ordinary.
Oh, the ordinary
Because we are
one.
2LaneLIVE.
But he
The
was
honorary
talking
one.
about that the other day as well. Like when they were on, it's like, they're budgeting and they're trying to get to these rallies and they're trying to do it in a way
Yeah.
that they can still enjoy it, but at the same time it costs a little bit of money for them to do that. And people sometimes may look at us a little bit like, well, you have all these things. Well, look, we've really not made a lot of money in this thing at all. And in fact, we put our money and some of our retirement into it just to get it started and float it. And
Hey, we work our asses off.
we work our asses off. And whether you see us in a steak dinner having that, we're going to do that.
And just
we
like you
it.
said, wish, we don't wish, we go.
Exactly. Figure it out.
We figure it out. We figure it
I
out.
go and then I figure it out afterwards. You know what?
Yeah.
But we have super mad respect for most of the people in the industry, or the community, if you will. Like you to go out and you're crushing miles every year in really relatively short windows, right? And you're camping and you're eating a can of soup and having a tall boy. We commend you for that. I mean, there's mad respect there. Same with the ordinary guys, or the honorary one. But we're playing with him because he calls us the 2LaneLIVE, which is.
Oh, I didn't know
All
that.
in
But
fun.
I mean, you think about the content we're trying to put out, and you're trying to let people read about a story, a journey. We're trying to put stories out for people to, especially during whatever happened in 2020.
Yeah. We know.
But it allowed people to look at our content and live vicariously through us because we didn't stop traveling. And
There's less cars on the road.
right. And so
Oh, yeah.
you catch a lot of shit, but there's still mad respect for people that are doing this right now. And I mean, you had 42,000 people on Facebook, then you write books, and now you got to reinvent and restart. I mean, it's an interesting paradigm you're in right now. Like, is it crazy biker bitch, or you were up in the Midwest and in the
Yeah.
Northeast.
Oh, the New England states. They
So when you're in the
were
Midwest,
tough
you're
cookies.
the crazy biker lady.
It was actually
More than-
New England states. They were like, I was at lots of book signings up in the New England states, and they were like, crazy biker broad. Can I call you broad? And I'm like, say it with me.
It's almost worse.
Just say
Yeah.
bitch. It's okay. I mean,
You can say it.
crazy.
You can say it.
So is it crazy to jump on my bike with not really a plan and just go across the country? Yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not out there doing.
That's called living.
Yeah, but a lot of people are like, that's crazy. More people at gas stations said, aren't you afraid to be on the road all by yourself going across the country? And I'm like, I am afraid of bears, pterodactyls, and I'm afraid of something else.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes, no, bear. Yeah, but no, I wasn't afraid to go across the country by myself. There was a couple really sketchy moments. No, 2 really sketchy moments, but I wasn't afraid. And
That's why you
But
go.
I think your point, I think what I'm hearing you
crazy.
say is
yeah,
crazy has a lot of different meanings to it. It's not like you're saying, I'm crazy, I'm doing lines of cocaine, heroin, I'm riding my bike, I'm beating up people.
I'm gonna get a drug test when I get
Right.
back. When I get back and I get on that airplane, I'm getting a drug test.
I
Like
want
I
to
said,
see a
you
picture
guys
of
keep
you
bringing
on
up-
the plane. I want to see a video of you on the plane going, would you like something to drink, sir? Does she want
But I think the point you're trying to make is what you're doing. It's not like this crazy thing is not. It's crazy because you're solo and you're out there on.
Well,
really,
but-
I mean, there's a couple of what I would call crazy women writers out there, like crazy, incredible. Kaylin Thorian, like she
She's a
goes
ripper.
by herself.
So does Stacy
And
Wilt.
Stacy and
These are
Letitia,
women
the
that go
giant-
alone.
and you know
And camp.
Yes,
so and it's
I watched
respectable.
a lot of their stuff, and I was like, they can do it. I can do it. I can do this.
I mean,
And it's gnarly because I mean it's a man's world sometimes where it's like, okay, we're so tough, but like to be out there and then hear the stuff that guys we've seen a lot of YouTubers and Instagram people and the comments they get from our guys. Like where is this stuff coming from? Because you can feel like you're a keyboard warrior and say something to a female that makes or degrades them because they're out riding. Like, where did that come from?
They're just jealous. They're jealous as they sit in their recliner and their Harleys in the garage. And on my very own Facebook, I told a couple of my Facebook followers, make sure you go in the garage and start your Harley this month because
Right.
I'm out there
Right.
riding. And did you buy a new Harley shirt this month? Because I'm out there riding. I'm riding in the rain. I didn't have a choice. It wasn't a choice to stop because it started raining. There were days where I didn't plan some of my book signing dates very well. I didn't realize that it was 8 hours from one book signing till the next day at the next book signing. It was like, shit, I'm done signing books. I gotta ride 4 hours before I can go to bed and get up early in the morning and hit the road again so I can be at this book signing. I wasn't late to one single book signing the whole time, and I had bike issues and, you know, setting up my tent, and I'm not a morning person. I am not a morning person. So it was difficult to get back on the bike and go out and get to that next book signing. But I was doing it, and I had Facebook people following me going, oh, you're complaining about riding in the rain. I'm like, dude, you'd complain too. Shut up.
I don't know where the keyboard warriors come from because everyone I know in my circle, whether it's you guys or my family, I've never known anyone to see a Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or any post and go, you're a blah, 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 whatever.
Because
I
you
don't
don't
know
hang
anyone
out with
that
pussies.
comments like that. Do you?
No, because neither do I.
Yeah, it's like, I don't get
I
it.
do it all the time to people.
What's your
But-
private secret account no one knows about?
Xerox 57.
So,
I've got to step out a minute because I just realized we have beers in the freezer.
Oh,
So
that's
I don't want
important.
a little
You know,
problem in there.
I could do that.
You can do that.
I just be ashamed if
if
they got
there's one
drinking.
really cold, you could bring
I know.
one.
I was going to say,
Let's
are you going
see.
to bring us another one?
3.
Yay, Josh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have to start closing this thing down in a minute. Lance, his mother Joyce, her birthday's tomorrow,
yes. And we're
so you're
going to
taking
dinner
her
tonight.
To dinner tonight.
Oh.
What time is it? 5:12. We're okay. at the
Okay,
moment,
we got
you know.
15.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So happy birthday to Joyce.
Yeah, you saw my father in here.
Oh, that's your dad?
Yeah.
He's 89. He's going to be 90 in February, and he works here.
He's cute.
And everyone loves. Josh is always fighting with him. Galen's always giving him shit. You know.
Well, whoever wants what. They're all nice and cold.
Is there another orange one?
Nope,
This
not
is
drank.
the
Okay,
Solar.
cool.
I just,
Well,
They're cold. Th're perfect
you
cold
want-
right
you got
now.
it?
I remember a time when we, like,
Thank you, New Belgium.
Josh Galen and I have never stopped riding at all in the last 3 years, let's say. And I remember going into Navajo land and being by Monument Valley, and it was like the roads were empty, and we pulled into a gas station, and we walked in, and there was a lady waiting there with like a mask and a apron and gloves and a spray bottle to spray us.
Yeah, well, you also think about we came back from Durango and took a longer route,
Yeah, no gas
and
station.
we had no gas stations open.
But the
Yeah.
point is, bringing that up is we've seen, and I know you have seen, you get to see whether it's bad weather or weird times or whatever's going on. You come home from a trip, it's like you have stuff to share because you saw stuff that people don't normally see.
Right.
people in the United States, and this is what I took home from my last trip, and I went back to work telling people, the world, or our world, the United States, people are amazing. They're so good.
We say
People-
that all the time.
People want to help. They want to help you. They want to talk to you. They want to share their stories. In the 50 days I was gone by myself across the country, I didn't have one creepy moment. I didn't have one bad people experience where I thought I'm not safe. I had people reaching out. I met this couple in New York that it started raining. I set up my camp and it started raining, and this couple, they were probably a little bit younger than my parents, and they were like, you don't have to sleep in your tent. You can come and sleep in our trailer with us. And then gave me their phone number, and now I'm like, I think about these people almost daily and how they just wanted to help me. And Bert, he helped me plan my ride for the day and what road was going to be. Oh, this road's under construction. No, I don't want you to take that road. Take this one instead. And I ended up going through Woodstock, Vermont. Was one of my favorite days of the entire ride. He planned this amazing ride for me, and just people all over the country want to help you.
So
And
you've experienced that, and that's great. And we talk about it often, from coast to coast. We meet so many cool people, and we actually have some friends that still, if we go to their town, hey, we know each other, and it's great. So it's like what you see on TV, you're not really feeling in the country.
Yeah.
America is great. The people are great here, and we've met a lot of people from other countries here, and they're great too. I mean, people are wonderful.
We'd like to think it, right? And we've experienced it. Like my nephew just rode across from Ogden, Utah to Boston on a
10 speed.
10. We call it a 10
yeah,
speed. I don't
21
know.
speed or whatever it
But
is.
similarly, there are these apps where people will take you in. He was in a major downpour, and a farmer pulled over. He was sitting under an underpass. Took him to his house, fed him, and his mom, my sister, was so worried about him doing this trek on a bike, and it became, for him, kind of this life-changing event where he was
Yeah.
reinvigorated with America, and but then there's the other side of it. Like we had a follower call us. He's an incredible person, served our country. But they had a group of guys going to Sturgis last year, and he called me and wanted to know if he thought they'd have any trouble. And, it's unfortunate that in our society today there's still that, like, I'm concerned that I might run it because my race may not be there. And how is that reflected? And so we said, look, you're not going to have any trouble. Here's our house. If you have we know people in Sturgis. We know if there's any issue, and they had the best time, after all said and done. But the sad thing is they still had to make the call to say, is
Did
it
we meet
okay?
him?
Yeah.
We actually in
Harley.
Deadwood.
My mic's off. One sec.
Yeah, at the
It's off.
Harley-Davidson signing.
Oh,
in
gotcha.
Zell.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, those were the dudes, the younger guys.
Two
Okay.
guys. Yeah.
2 guys. Yeah, yeah. I thought. Never mind.
Both served our country.
Yes, sir.
You know, and the whole group didn't end up going with them, but most of them did. And he posted about it. They had a good time. But I reflect on that and say, gosh, man, why? They had to actually ask the question.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not trying to be Pollyanna. It's just, it's still prevalent today around what's good and bad. And for us, I mean, I'm going to say the 10 years we've been riding, we've never seen a bar fight.
We
Right?
started a few. But no, just kidding.
But we haven't.
No.
Although, what's his name thought I was going to fight someone in Sturgis, the guy at
Yeah.
Deadwood.
Have you called him since?
No.
You were
What
there.
is he
You remember that
talking
night, right?
about? Chris Graham
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever
nothing was
his
gonna
name
happen,
was,
no.
but
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
You called him Chris Rock.
Like, we had some guys giving his son and Juan a little bit of a problem, so I'm trying to find out what the problem is. And I'm not, but we never started any fights. We'll finish them, as my father told me to do.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, it's
Well-
the country's, from what we've seen, it's open arms. It's people want their stories told. They want to help. You're a biker. We're a biker. Someone breaks down. You get people pulling over.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So,
It's good people. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that think Josh is 45 too.
So I've been told. I'm starting to feel like it after this bad boy, but
I don't know. You know, I have a couple flat tires and a little bit of whiskey. Woo.
He's
He's had
his beard's
two
gonna turn
IPAs
gray
and a-
soon.
Yes.
2 IPAs,
Yeah.
and I gave him a little hefty patties.
yeah, that was a hefty
Well,
patties.
I
But I'll
had
be
a-
here late, so it's all good.
I had gray in my beard since I've been like 40. And I had a mustache for a while. And I used to dye the mustache brown. And then I just said, screw it, I'll let
You
it go.
dyed it?
And the funny thing is
Whoa.
like it's in our older videos, and then and people are like, "Whoa, you age so fast." I'm like, I had this the whole time. You just never saw it, you know.
You didn't have it the whole time.
Well, it was made like the mustache was dyed, so I did
Your
have it the whole
mustache
time, but
dyed?
it still was gray. And then I said, you know what? Embrace the gray. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm me. I've got
So what
to
are we
be
doing?
me.
What are we
Oh.
doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we are flying to Salt Lake City, and we're going to be riding some secret motorcycles
Yep.
for Harley-Davidson.
We hope.
No, well, we'll do it. The
Is it
weather will
the,
hold
The
out.
weather needs to hold.
Weather needs to hold out.
Otherwise, we're going to be driving
Well,
some side by side.
The cool thing is when we got the call, they said, we want you guys to come and ride the 2023s, but we want your wives there as well.
Right.
And
So
now
we're-
you're doing the quads, the
Yes,
four
we're
the
doing
four
Harley
wheelers.
quads.
Yeah, I'm
Precisely.
on a trike, he's on a quad. No.
I'm on a side by side.
The new Harley electric car.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up. So, where can they find your books?
Amazon.
Well, they're in the link, so whatever you say is
So
okay
go to
because
the
they'll be
link.
able to find it.
Amazon or crazybikerBitch.com and send me a message. I'll wrap up 2 books, sign them, maybe.
Or what's
kiss
your
them.
Instagram?
Crazy_biker
Underscore
_
bitch.
bitch.
So she's
Bitch.
experienced a lot. She's ridden a lot. She's seen America. She's done so much riding. I mean, you have to respect that because she's real. There's no fakeness here. She does her deal, and you got to talk to her and see her today, and it's the real deal.
She loves soup at a campground.
Actually, I do.
Yes.
I love my stinky biker tent. Love, love, love my stinky biker tent.
So again, as I looked at the map, you're crushing miles. You're doing great things. You wanted to tell people some stories about life on the road.
Why
2
do we
books
ride?
for $25.
Yeah.
Maybe a 3rd coming here shortly, and maybe a 4th where 2LaneLIVE. It could be a whole book on just sitting here with us.
Hey. You never
And by
know.
the way, she brought Voodoo Donuts as a gift from Portland, so
yeah.
thank you for that.
I tagged my own parking spot out there.
You
That's
tagged
on my
it?
Instagram right now.
So go look at the story, but we
I didn't
appreciate-
see her car out there.
I hit it.
Oh. Okay.
But I have a parking spot right out front. I put my little sticker there. I tagged it, so I'm coming back.
You have a parking spot. You have a seat.
Me too.
So if you want to see her in person, if you're in Southern California,
Riverside Harley tomorrow.
Riverside
bike
or
night.
Huntington?
Oh, Huntington. Yeah. Riverside's their other sister store. I'm at Huntington Beach. Where am I at tomorrow?
I don't know.
Huntington Beach. It's California. I don't know. I'm at Huntington Beach tomorrow, 4 to like 8. Bike night. It's gonna be huge. Come say hi, and let me know you saw us on 2LaneLIVE, and I'll get you 2 books for $25.
$25. Can't beat that.
And for those that are not watching live, it is October 20th, 2022.
And what is
So-
happening next week?
Next week, we have the Custom Dynamics Pro Beam giveaway. And I just pressed the wrong button. There it is. There's the right one. We're giving away some Pro Beams, front and rear, for your bagger or whatever. We're going to put up a reel on Monday, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, October 24th. You're going to watch it. You're going to like it. You're going to tag 3 friends. You're going to follow Custom Dynamics. Follow us. You might win some shit. And also it just helps us out. And we appreciate all the support. So
And if you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, I am not going to talk to you until the next live.
wow. That's 7 days. Any
Love y'all.
parting words for any of you 3?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
Well,
We
we're new
appreciate
friends.
you. Yep, for sure. We say that. Well, are we friends?
Yes.
No, you and me.
Oh,
We're
no.
friends and brothers.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yes.
All right, so, I mean, should they subscribe or not? You don't care about that anymore. You
No,
did
I
that
told
at
them
the
to do
beginning,
that.
so you're good with that?
Yeah, they're good.
Thank you, Eagle Rider. We really appreciate that. And you're going to really love this Southern Comfort Tour. We got some great shots.
Bunch of bangers.
The first episode's going to be great, but wait till we get into the Cherahalla
Oh,
Highway
Lord.
and up into the Dragon. We've got some great shots.
And you'll get to know Letitia.
And
Yeah,
hold on.
and
Keep
Josh
talking.
may even take off a little bit and show you a little run.
And thanks to New Belgium for making me have a hard time leaving this building tonight.
We also might have taken out, I never put the vote up, but I would like to, this little guy, FPV drone. Regular drones go like this thing goes
The thing I like about
We had
that
some
drone
fun.
is you're always standing on the side of the road with
With
the big
goggles?
goggles on.
It was cool. We got to have some fun experimenting with it. The footage from this trip is great. So check
And
it
just
out.
so you all know out there, you see us here on Thursday, like doing this stuff and our Instagrams. Josh, Galen, and myself, we're like 6 days a week together in this office doing our thing, getting creative, shipping orders. I mean, we have a good time together, man, or we wouldn't hang.
So that's the second fat tire.
That's the second.
I thought, watching all of your videos, I thought Josh was like in his own space, in his own office, and that he couldn't see everything. And it's funny because you're right there.
I'm
And
right here.
now I'm gonna.
Yeah, but
I
go
love
look at our office
We-
and then look at his.
We have to
Like,
keep-
Oh, I know.
We have to
keep an
I
eye-
think it's the big.
We have to
office.
keep
He's
an
the
eye on
breadwinner
him.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 12, I won the Canadian lottery, and unfortunately, I spent it all on weird shit.
Is that
and
your
now
bike?
whose bike is it?
I hear your bike outside
Squirrel.
rumbling around.
Also, Lance got a. Oh, did we talk about the horn? We did.
Oh yeah, I got the horn. So
Crazy,
does Galen
gnarly
have the
custom
horn.
dynamics horn
You
that
might
sounds
have
like
the
a
horn
fucking
tomorrow.
semi.
Did you get the horn?
Yeah, he got the one.
Oh, you'll have the horn
horn.
too.
It's called the Beast.
So when we're riding around at midnight in the dark and we're afraid of animals running across the road, you hear a lot of horns going
Yeah.
up.
The
Yes.
trains that come and run.
Anyway, hey,
Hey, what?
give them a see you down the road.
Thank you.
Thank you
joining
for
us.
being on the show,
We
but yes.
appreciate it. You've come all the way from Portland, Maine. Again, she's going to be at Huntington Beach or
Portland, Oregon.
Oregon.
She was in Portland, Maine
I
one
said
time, but
Portland,
she came
Maine.
from Portland, Oregon.
Portland,
I was
Oregon.
there too.
Yeah.
She was there too. She's been everywhere.
She didn't ride,
I've
but
been
she
everywhere,
wanted
man.
to, and I've been everywhere. Where, man?
I've been everywhere.
She's a highwayman
She's a highway woman.
or whatever.
It all works.
It all works.
So look, 3, 2, 1. See you down the road.
Yeah.
Ready?
3, 2,
Are you
1.
ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
See you down the road.
And for those of you that are still listening, don't forget to check out 2LaneLIVE.com for parts, accessories, and V-twin shit. And also, this episode is brought to you by Eagle Rider. Thank you all for the support. Thank you, Ralph, for the hat. And we'll see you down the road.
Yeah.
I have to figure out actually how to stop this sucker because we're using a different program
This is where
today.
we do the
Dose.